ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। कठोपनिषद अध्याय 1 वल्ली 3 मंत्र 15। अशब्दमस्पर्शमरूपमव्ययम् तथा रसं नित्यमगन्धवच्च यत् अनाद्यनन्तं महतः परं ध्रुवम् निचायतन्मृत्युमुखात् प्रमुच्यते। In this mantra, the words ashabdam, asparsham, arupam, arasam, agandhavat, these 5 words, these 5 descriptions of Brahman, which negate the 5 gunas in Brahman, Bhashyakara does not explain them separately. He just says, etad vyakhyatam brahma, that's all. Etad vyakhyatam. All these are already described even when the mantra was introduced by saying te gandhadayah sarve eva sthulattvadikaranaah shabdantaah yatra na santi. By this statement ashabdam ityadi is negated. Ashabdam ityadi are explained. Then he has taken up avyayam. And while explaining avyayam, he made ashabdam ityadi negation of the attributes. Shabda ityadi, he makes it a hetu for avyayam. There is hetu madbhava sangati between ashabdam ityadi and avyayam. And then he takes up nityam. While explaining nityam, he makes avyayam as hetu for nityam. Avyayatvat nityam. And he gives an anumana also, an inference which is kevala vyatireki. Brahma nityam avyayatvat vyatirekena ghatavat. Yat vyeti tad anityam. Yatra yatra avyayatva abhavaha. Yatra yatra nityatva abhavaha. Tatra tatra avyayatva abhavaha. It is a vyatireka vyapti. Therefore we can say yatra avyayatvam tatra nityatvam. So yadhi vyeti tadanityam means yatra nityatva abhavaha tatra avyayatva abhavaha. Idam tu na vyeti, idam brahma na vyeti, ataha nityam. Therefore brahma nityam, avyayatvat nityam. We will read further in the bhashya. Itascha nityam anadi avidyamanaha adihi karanam asya tadidam anadi yadhi adimat tat karyatvad-anityam karane praliyate yatha pruthivyadi idam tu sarvakaranatvat akaryam akaryatvad-nityam न तस्य कारणम् अस्ति यस्मिन् प्रलीयते इतश्च नित्यम्. Itah cha, itah means because of this reason also. Cha nityam, Brahman is nitya. So he is connecting anadi. Anadi is hetu for nitya. Avyayam also serves as hetu for nitya. Similarly, anadi also serves as hetu for nitya. Itascha nityam, because of this reason also Brahman is nityam. Why? Anadi, anaditvat. And Bhashyakara explains the word anadi. Avidyamanaha adihi karanam asya tadidam anadi. The one that does not have adi. Adi means a karanam, cause. Brahman does not have cause. Anything that has cause has an origin. If something has an origin means it has a cause. So if it is coming from a cause, it will be anitya. Yadhi adimat, anything that has a cause. Yat adimat, he indicates prasiddhi. It is well known in the world that anything that has a cause is karya, is effect. And any effect is anitya. Any effect is time bound. Any effect is temporary. Why it is anityam? Karane praliyate, because it can resolve into its cause. An effect can resolve into its cause at some point of time. For example, the pot resolves into clay. When the pot is destroyed, you break the pot, what remains? Clay remains. In fact, destruction is nothing but resolving into its cause. You pull down this building, what happens? It will reduce into bricks and other wooden pieces. That means the cause of the building remains when the building is broken. It means the building has been resolved into its cause, reduced to its cause. So, an effect, karane praliyate, an effect resolves into its cause, yatha prithivyadi, like Prithvi, etc. Prithvi resolves into its cause. During pralaya, the Prithvi resolves into jala, its cause. Idam tu, but unlike a karya, unlike an effect, idam brahma, sarvakaranatvat akaryam. It is akaryam. It is not an effect. Why it is not an effect? Because it is sarvakaranatvat. It is sarvakaranam. Brahman is the cause of everything. Being the cause of everything, it is not effect of anything. The cause of everything cannot have a cause. Sarvakaranatvat akaryam. It is not an effect because it does not have a cause. Why it does not have a cause? Because it is the cause of everything. So, sarvakaranatvat akaryam, akaryatvat nityam. Therefore, nak tasya karanam asti asmin praliyate. Brahman does not have a karana in which it can resolve, into which it can resolve. Therefore, anadi serves as a hetu for nityam. Anadi is hetu for nityam. Bhashyakara explained it. If it has an adi, karana, it is karya. And it can resolve into its karana. Anything that has a karana can resolve into its karana, and therefore it will become anitya. Since Brahman does not have a karana, anadi, therefore it cannot resolve into its karanam, therefore nityam. It does not come to an end. Tatha anantam अविद्यमानः अन्तः कार्यम् अस्य तदनन्तं यथा कदल्यादेः फलादिकार्योत्पादनेन अपि अनित्यत्वं दृष्टं न च तथा अपि अन्तवत्वं ब्रह्मणः अतोपि नित्यं तथा अनंतम. Similarly, Brahman is anantam. Brahman does not have anta, end. Bhashyakara takes anta to mean karya. We can take anta as end also. Elsewhere Shankaracharya will interpret that way. When he explains Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, the word Anantam is explained differently. How he explains, we will see later on. But here, Anta, by the word Anta, Bhashyakara takes Karyam, product, end product, Karyam. Anantam is equal to avidyamanaha antaha karyam asya. That which does not have karya is called anantam. And anantam also is taken as a hetu for nitya. Why he takes anta to mean karya? Because otherwise ananta will mean nitya. If he takes anta to mean end, anta will mean nitya. Ananta will mean nitya. So not anta. Ananta will mean nitya. But already nityam is told. That is why he has to give a different meaning. Therefore he takes anta to mean karyam. Brahman does not have a karyam. Therefore Brahman is anantam. Now you can see a contradiction between the previous line and this line. What did Bhashyakara say? Sarva karanatvat. Brahman is the karana of everything. And then he says, Brahman does not have karya. It is like saying, Devadatta is everybody's father. Devadatta is the father of 3 children. And then you say, Devadatta does not have son or daughter. Is it not contradiction? Is it not? It is contradiction. Is there anything wrong with the Shankaracharya? Nothing is wrong with Shankaracharya. If there is anything wrong, it is with us. If we don't try to understand it properly. When Shankaracharya says Brahman is Sarva Karanam, he means Vivarta Karana. Vivarta Upadana Karana. Without undergoing any change, he appears to be everything. It is just like saying Rajju is the Karana of Sarpa. Vivarta Upadana Karana. In other words, Sarva Adhishthana, support of everything. That way Karanam. But when he says Brahman does not have Karya, what does he mean? There is no Parinama. Brahman never becomes Parinami Upadana Karana. Brahman does not undergo transformation to produce anything. There is no Vikara or Parinama of Brahman. That is the idea. That is why there is no contradiction, though there is a seeming contradiction. Karyam asya, so it does not have karya. Therefore it's called anantam. And anantatvat nityam. If something has a karya, it comes to an end. Producing an effect is seen to be the end of the cause. Where is it seen? Bhashyakara gives an example. Banana, plantain, kadali. The banana stem, it yields only one fruit, one bunch of fruit. What is it called? Bunch. So, only once it will yield fruit. Then nobody will keep the stem as it is after cutting the fruit. They won't leave the stem because they know that this stem is not going to produce another fruit. Unlike any other plants, banana stem will produce only one fruit, only once. Then the stem has to be cut, otherwise it will just die out. Once it produces its karya, its effect, the banana stem dies. It is its end. And Bhashyakara knows this. Therefore he says, Yatha kadalyadehe. Yatha is a counter example, a vyatireka drishtanta. Kadalyadehe, kadali, etc. Banana, etc. Even rice, paddy. Only one crop, once it will yield rice. Then you pluck rice and leave the plant, it will yield rice next time. It doesn't happen so. It produces fruit only once. That's its lifespan. So, kadalyadehe, kadali, tandula, ityadi. Phaladi karyotpadanena api. After producing karya, its effect like phala, etc. Phaladi karyotpadanena. Phala or sometimes pushpa also might be. Karyotpadanena api also. Anityatvam drashtam. Anityatva is seen. By producing effect, they become anitya. Na tatha api antavatvam brahmanaha. Likewise, Brahman does not have antavatva. Brahman does not come to an end by producing a result, by transforming into a result. Atopi nityam. Because of this reason also Brahman is nityam. So anantatvadapi nityam. Mahataha param. Next word in the mantra. Mahataha mahatatvat बुद्ध्याख्यात परम विलक्षणम नित्य विज्ञप्ति स्वरूपत्वात् सर्वसाक्षी सर्वभूतात्मत्वात् ब्रह्म महतः परम. Brahman is greater than Mahat, transcends Mahat also. There are people who think Hiranyagarbha is the greatest. There are Hiranyagarbha upasakaha. For them, Hiranyagarbha is the greatest. And Hiranyagarbha is the Samashti Manaha, Samashti Buddhi. All our buddhis are included in the upadhi of Hiranyagarbha. Our buddhis are part of the upadhi of Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha upadhi pervades all our individual buddhis. That is why even our buddhis are not closed airtight compartments. Most often we think my buddhi is a separate entity and your buddhi is a totally separate entity. A separate entity, isolated and insulated by my skull. My skull is like a hot box. What's it called? Casserole. It is very hard and thick also. And inside that my buddhi is sitting. So you cannot see my buddhi. What is happening, you cannot see. So whatever is there inside my buddhi, it is safe. That is what mostly people think. But the truth is different. No buddhi is totally compartmentalized. No buddhi is isolated from other buddhis. Every buddhi is a part of the samashti. Therefore, because of some special sadhanas, we can get access to the samashti buddhi. That is how telepathy and clairvoyance, all those things are possible. Mind reading. People can understand what the other people are thinking. Some people can. How is it possible? Because he has gained access to the samashti buddhi through some special yogic upasanas. It is possible. then he knows what you are thinking. Therefore, many such siddhis are possible when we have access to the samashti buddhi. In fact, the whole universe is governed by Hiranyagarbha, the samashti buddhi. So many things in the world are moving because of Hiranyagarbha. When you get access to the samashti buddhi, you can move many things. You can move not only inanimate objects, even other animate objects you can move. Because in some way one can have a say over other buddhis also. That is why some siddhas are able to make others dance. Even monkeys dance, tigers dance, and they can go near tiger without getting attacked. All these are possible because they get access to the samashti buddhi through some sadhanas. And most often people think that is the highest accomplishment in spiritual pursuit. Access to Hiranyagarbha is the goal of spiritual pursuit. People think so. That is why many people think getting occult power, you have attained realization. And you can write a biography also, autobiography. And then you show some powers. You just tell what is there in his mind. That is enough. So many politicians will be under your control. They will all become your devotees. This Swami is a great Mahatma because he told what is there in my mind. Not very easy, not very difficult also. Because so many people have done it. Getting access to the Hiranyagarbha. You just break the password, that's all. And there are passwords. Some special type of mantra will give you access with some sadhana. I will not tell this here. I am on record and public. It cannot be told in public. The password. But then people hold on to Hiranyagarbha. That is highest. That becomes the goal of many people. Attaining the Hiranyagarbha, getting access to Hiranyagarbha, or attaining the position of Hiranyagarbha becomes the goal of many people. Therefore, the Shruti has to say Mahatah Param. Brahman is greater than Hiranyagarbha also. Therefore, don't get caught up by Hiranyagarbha. There is something greater than Hiranyagarbha also. Therefore, don't pursue Hiranyagarbha. If you keep pursuing Hiranyagarbha, you will miss something greater. One life will go. What should be our goal? The goal should be clear. Is Hiranyagarbha my goal? Don't think Hiranyagarbha is nobody's goal. It is the goal, whether you know it or not. Many people aspire to become Hiranyagarbha. They may not use the word Hiranyagarbha, but I want to become something. This idea is there. I am not happy with this upadhi. I want to become something greater. If you want to become something greater, how great can you become in terms of your upadhi? In terms of positions in the world, how great can you become? Hiranyagarbha is the culmination. I want to become the Prime Minister of India. I want to become the Chief Minister of this state. I want to become a billionaire, millionaire. So many desires to become. And the Shastra says, don't just aspire to become a millionaire or billionaire. Don't just aspire to become a Prime Minister or Chief Minister. If you aspire to become something, you can even aspire to become Hiranyagarbha. Most often we hear people want to become something. But then there is something greater than anything that you can become in life. Because all becoming is in upadhi. There is something greater than anything that you can become in life. And how to become that? You cannot become that, because you are that. And that is Brahman. When you understand this, you don't have to become anything, because you are greater than anything that you can become. Just think of these words, what I mean to say. You are greater than anything that you can become. That is the secret of Tattvamasi. The Tat is something greater than anything you can become. Tat is greater than Hiranyagarbha also. And the Shruti says, you are that. That is why after getting Atma Jnana, he does not want to become anything. Because anything you can become is Anatma. The Atma is greater than anything that one can aspire to become. Therefore, Mahatah Param, Mahataha is equal to Mahattattvat. Mahattattva. And Mahattattva is Buddhyakhyat. It is Buddhyakhyam Tattvam. The Tattva which is called Buddhi. Samashti Buddhi. Param, it is greater. Param means Vilakshanam. It is distinct in nature. How it is distinct in nature? Nitya Vijñapti Swarupatvat. Because it is Nitya Vijñapti Swarupa. Vijñapti means consciousness. Nitya Vijñapti, eternal consciousness. The consciousness which does not switch on and off. The consciousness which does not diminish. Nitya Vijñapti. It is the Swarupa of Brahman. And being the consciousness, it is Sarva Sakshi. It is the witness of everything. Witness of even Hiranyagarbha Upadhi. And Sarvabhutatmatvat. And it is Sarvabhutatma. It is the inner self of every being. Inner self of every Upadhi, including Hiranyagarbha. It is the Atma of every Upadhi, including Hiranyagarbha. It is your Atma as well as it is the Atma of Hiranyagarbha. Therefore, it is greater than Hiranyagarbha also. Brahma Uktam hi Esha Sarveshu Bhuteshu Ityadi. So, Brahman is Sarvabhutatma. Where is the Pramana? Bhashyakara reminds, Uktam hi, it is mentioned, where Esha Sarveshu Bhuteshu Ityadi. Esha Sarveshu Bhuteshu Gudhotmana Prakashate. The Atma is present in every Upadhi, including Hiranyagarbha. Therefore, Atma pervades every Upadhi and transcends every Upadhi. Therefore, greater than even Hiranyagarbha. Dhruvancha Kutastham Nityam. Dhruvam. Dhruvam means Kutastham Nityam. If just Nityam was mentioned, one might have thought it is Parinami Nitya. It undergoes changes, in the meantime it is Nitya. Like a river. The river Ganga is Nitya. But in the meantime it is Parinami Nitya or Pravaha Nitya. No water drop remains as it is in Ganga. If you touch Ganga today, if you had bath in Ganga today, You will have bath in Ganga tomorrow also, but you are not touching the same water. The water in which you had bath today, it has already reached where? Yeah, in one day it might have reached Kashi. Yeah, depending on the speed. It might have reached Kashi or it might have reached Calcutta. We don't know where it has reached already. That water is not there. Some other water has come. In spite of that, Ganga is always there. It has been there for thousands of years. Even in the Vedas, Ganga is mentioned. Imam me Gange Yamune Saraswati Shutudristo Magum Sachata Parushniya Asikniya Marudvridhe Vitastayarji Kiye Shrunushya Sushomaya. Ganga, Yamuna, all are mentioned. They have been there for thousands of years. Therefore, Pravaha Nitya, Parinami Nitya is also possible. Therefore, some more word has to be there to rule out Parinami Nitya. Therefore, Dhruvam Nityam. Dhruvam means Kutastham ityarthaha. Kutaha iva tishtatiti kutasthah. Kutaha iva tishtatiti kutastham. Kuta means anvil. Anvil in a blacksmith's workshop. There is a stone-like thing. It is anvil. It is used for beating iron. They keep red hot iron on the anvil and it is hammered with the 5 kg or 10 kg hammer. They beat it. Red hot iron. The iron gets forged, changes its nature, changes its shape as it is beaten. But nothing happens to the anvil. Anvil remains as it is. Kutaha. Unchanged, despite all beating, all hammering on its head. The anvil remains unchanged. So is Brahman. So many things are happening in the world. So many breakdowns, so many disasters, earthquakes, volcanoes, so many things keep happening right in front of Brahman, right on Brahman, because everything is on Brahman. But Brahman remains unchanged, unaffected. Therefore, Dhruvam, Kutastham Nityam. It is Kutastha Nitya. Not Parinami Nitya, but Kutastha Nitya. न पृथिव्यादिवत् आपेक्षिकं नित्यत्वं पृथिव्यादिवत् आपेक्षिकं नित्यत्वं न. Even Prithvi etc. have nityatva. for one kalpa, the earth will remain as it is. The Prithvi will remain. But in that there will be changes. But it is not so with Brahman. It is not apekshika nitya. It is kutastha nitya. Apekshika nitya means parinami nitya here. Tadevam bhutam brahma brahmatmanam nichaya avagamya tam atmanam mrityumukhat mrityugocharat avidya kama karma lakshanat pramuchyate viyujyate. No. Bhashyakara is explaining the line Nichayatam Mrityumukhat Pramuchyate. This line is talking about the phala. Phala of knowing the Brahman. Jnana phala. Nichaya tad evam bhutam brahmatmanam. This kind of Brahman. And the Brahman is Atma. Brahmatmanam. Nichaya. Nichaya is equal to avagamya. Having understood. Tam Atmanam. So Brahman is Atma. Therefore he uses the word Atma once again. Mrityumukhat is equal to Mrityu Gocharat. From the mouth of death means from the reach of death. Mrityu Gocharat. From the reach of death, from the domain of death. Death implies a samsara. The domain of samsara. Even Hiranyagarbha is not free from the domain of samsara. It is also within the domain of samsara. Knowing the Atma, one becomes free from the domain of samsara. Mrityugocharat. What is the Mrityugocharam? Bhashyakara explains avidya kama karma lakshanat. The Mrityugochara is characterized by avidya, kama and karma. Avidya. Avidya stands for both Karana Avidya and Karya Avidya here. Karana Avidya is ignorance, ajnana. And Karya Avidya is adhyasa. And adhyasa gives rise to kama. If there is only ajnana, kama will not be there. After ajnana, adhyasa has to come. First of all, anatmani atmatva buddhi. I identify myself with the anatma, body, mind and senses. When I identify with the anatma, then I get a sense of limitation. Because of the sense of limitation, I have the incompleteness, a sense of incompleteness, and I have the desire to be complete. I am seeking completeness. Then in the meantime there is another aspect of adhyasa. I attribute satyatva to the world. Jagati satyatva buddhi. And when I attribute reality to the world, I think the world can give me completeness. The world can make for my completeness. Then I seek happiness from the world. I seek completeness from the world. That is kama, all desires. All desires are nothing but seeking completeness in the world. Then kama. That is why avidya should include adhyasa also. Karana avidya and karya avidya. Then kama. Then comes karma. Karma, as a result of kama, I do karma. Sometimes it is in the form of dharma. Sometimes it is in the form of adharma. Punya and apunya. Punya and papa. And then there is the result of punya and papa. And that leads to samsara. So, avidya, kama and karma are the domain of samsara. They determine the domain of samsara. Wherever these things are there, it is the domain of samsara. By knowing the Brahman, nichaya, mrityumukhat pramuchyate. Pramuchyate is equal to viyujyate. He becomes free from samsara. Samsara nivrittihi is the phala of Atmajnana. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.